My name's Jim Lenburg, and I taught history and humanities at Marsville University for some 33 years. I want to tell you about an experience I had on my first sabbatical that I call number 10 bus in Budapest. I applied for sabbatical after 10 years at the university. I needed a year off, in part because I was burned out from teaching, and also in part because of the relationship I had was going bad. So the university let me have a year off, but part of the time I had to engage in some sort of professional development. So I flew to Europe, went to the city of Tours in France, and enrolled in an intensive French language program from essentially July of 1983 until Christmas time of 1983, whereupon I came back to the United States to visit my family in Indianapolis, and I returned to Europe sometime in early January of 1984. While I was in Tours, I met a lot of other foreign students, many of whom were European, who were also studying French, and they encouraged me that when I returned to Europe, they would want me to visit them where they lived. So my first stop going back to Europe, this time with a backpack, hoping to see as much as I could until I had to return to teach in the fall, I went to Munich, visited friends there, and they encouraged me to visit one of their favorite cities, which was Vienna. So a few days later, I took the train to Vienna, walked around, saw most of the sights in the city, and one day I came upon a sign that said you could get a visa to get to Hungary within 24 hours. So I went to apply for the visa, and 2 days later, I found myself on a train on the way to Budapest. It seemed like a great adventure at the time, visiting a communist country all by myself behind the Iron Curtain, and also Budapest back in 1984 seemed like a mysterious city. When I arrived in the main train station in Budapest, I saw a sign that said that visitors in the city could stay with people in their homes. So I went there and signed up to stay with a Budapest family, and they told me to take the subway, get out of the subway. Thereupon I would find bus number 10 that would take me to the address where I was to stay. So I took the subway, the number of stops they told me, came out of the subway, and I found myself in a huge open area where there were literally dozens and dozens of buses and literally hundreds and hundreds of people standing out in the cold, either getting on a bus, waiting for a bus, or getting off a bus. Unfortunately, I found several buses with the number 10 on them. And I wandered around sort of lost. All of a sudden, I felt a tug on my winter coat, and I looked down. There was a little old lady there, probably not more than 5 feet tall, who was tugging at me and saying to me, "Polski, Polski." And without thinking, I yelled out, "Amerykański, Amerykański." Whereupon she yelled out, "Amerykański, Amerykański, New Jersey, New Jersey," and in the process drew some 25 to 30 people around us. Someone in the group did speak English and told me the lady had relatives in New Jersey. The group was going to help me find where I needed to go. So they looked at the address, they wandered around, and they found a bus number 10. This time it was a blue bus number 10. Hauled the driver out of the bus, told him where I needed to go. And as I got on the bus, the driver must have said something to the people on the bus. As the bus pulled out of the bus station, the people who had helped me were all waving goodbye. I got on the bus, and it was 9 stops, I figured out. And as I got to each stop, the people on the bus counted down the numbers in Hungarian. When we got to the last number, to number 1, the bus driver got off the bus, showed me where the street was, and as the bus pulled away, the people on the bus were hanging out the windows in the cold with little white handkerchiefs waving me goodbye. It was truly one of the great experiences I've ever had in foreign travel.